Welcome everyone, and here's our series in exploring the love of God. And last week we talked about the unconditional love of God. So this week we'll be talking about the Father's love. And I've given verses as to my favorite verse in Scripture. And actually, there's two of them. I only gave one in the invitation to exploring with us the love of God. And I want to read Exodus chapter 20 and verse 5 and 6. You must not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, who will not tolerate your affection for any other gods. I lay the sins of the parents upon their children. The entire family is affected, even children in the third and fourth generations of those who reject me. But I lavish unfailing love for 1,000 generations on those who love me and obey my commands. And that is why it's my favorite verse in how God says that, you love me and you obey my commands that are, unburdensome, that He's going to bless up to 1,000 generations. And I just, in my mind, I have this mindset of a generation, like I'm the first descendant generation of my dad, like my son, my grandson, like on and on, that because of my love and reverence for God, that this blessing is going to go on and on. And on the other side of that too, that He will not tolerate, right? Basically, so as an example, how our sons, our children see us in how we live. That is the example that they're going to follow. So if you live your will outside of God, then they're going to follow that. So, but in this exploration of the love of God, we talked about, we invited you, and let's explore. And what are these signposts? What are these signposts in going to the love of God? And one of the real crucial pieces is that for me, that He is a jealous God. He created us for Himself, and that He wants an intimate relationship with us. Basically, to love Him, to reverence Him, obey His commands, which protect us, and that's the love He has for us. And I know in Psalm 103 verse 13, He says that He's like a father, compassionate and loving to those who love Him or revere Him. I think the word is fear, but it's not a fear like being scared of God, but like you revere Him. That's how He represents Himself of who He is. He's a jealous God. He's a Father that has compassion on us. And I like the part in Luke 15 about the Father. Like He illustrates Himself as, I am the Father with two sons. And the younger son asked, give me my inheritance. I want it before I am old and dying. So the Father gave him his inheritance. And this young son, he went on to, just a few days after he got his inheritance, he went out in the world and talks about wild living and expending all his riches. And at that point, the famine came into the land, and basically he was looking like he was starving. He was looking for work. It says he found a job feeding swine, and to a point where he's starving, and that he desired to eat the pods of the swine. That's how hungry he was. And in that low point, he came to his senses, and he says, how many of my father's servants have plenty to eat and have more to spare, and here I am starving? So he says, I will go to my father. I will tell him I have sinned against you. But this is the Father's love that just excites me, And then as he's returning, And his father is looking on the horizon, and he sees his son coming towards him. The father ran to his son, embraced him. So imagine this God, the Creator God, loving you so much that he's waiting, he's looking on the horizon for you to start coming. And what is his reaction going to be? He's going to run to you, embrace you, and love you. And even though the son started, apologizing and saying, I have sinned against you. I am not worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of the servants. But the father says, no, you are my son. Bring the finest robe. Bring the ring, a signet ring of you are family. You are my son. The inheritance are still there. And then, the father celebrated. He celebrated. He says, come, let's celebrate. Let's have a feast for my son that was lost. That was dead is now found. That was lost and he's found now. He was dead, he's alive. Like all of those. And he wanted to celebrate, even though the son was apologizing. But the love of the father is so compassionate that he's welcoming. He's always welcoming, inviting us. And this, when I think about exploring the love of God, I think about that. What are those signposts that lead us to the love of God? Well, the signpost that he is God, he is creator. He created us for himself, and he is jealous. I don't know if you guys have encountered jealousy, but somebody that's jealous, is just very protective and very, like this, you are for me. And that's how God is, his desire for us. He's a jealous God, and he desires also your free will, you to make that choice. So one signpost, he is a jealous God. He created you for himself, and he desires to have that relationship with you. The other one is that he's a father that is so compassionate. In the Bible talks about, which of you, he says, which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? If he asks for a fish, will give him a serpent? You, he says, being evil, a fallen people, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children. How much more a loving and a compassionate God can give good gifts to you? Those are the signposts of God, signposts that lead you to him, because that's his word. And his word is going to endure forever. He loves us. He's the definition of the Bible of who God is God is love. And what is his spirit? His spirit is love, joy, peace, faithfulness, it's endurance, it's patience, and he is faithful to his word. I know that this message is in English, and basically it's a second language to me. So, but with the message in addressing the love of the Father, I will summarize a translation in Cree, in my native tongue. Aon tu timtig, samna gawi kumtnan, mahirisigaw, taya, en tawatay ako mdapsko, jiwi samtak ng tawatay ako yamanto usagi huon, tansi tastig, usagi huon noche. Ganuti matih tanta, skitas naigan stastigaya. Igakui tas kita manto, iwiyagi hosihiguya, kiano gi hosihiguya huyuche. Guaigahui taskit, guagawa takits guiat statis pitawi maya. Guagami tasting like nika sa sipitaw to. Iskok niwa on stock one scoot api to skok. Guam matapskuts. Aya. Pasta huno tagita moa wagiga tapskuts miwasik. Maga ito. Niga sagi hito. Kichimta tumta na uskok tan scoot api to aguti. Usawi chigil mantu huichigo to. Gahigo mek mantu au tan si sini ki tigom ga kantawahta ya kawi samta kasche kawichiu ya. Gaik sitas ting mantu pixkun. Ni eto tapskut uhtawi mau. Kaksiwa tutawat ka sagehat utsawasimsa. Igo mantu eksisi aya mam skumsut isagi higo ya. siwa tatago ya was chigutat mas negatik nia uhtawi mautu tapskut ni sunapi wasa hayawa ko kidatawi ni osimma sa tawi tamit kakio wiutsun tamiat kigwa gaganawa pungutiwana osimma wek sitas tiguta kihmiu kwa kisipuitio tao aisawa chip maches te tao misna to suniama kamitani ko iguti ko anu tihin pahakatsot guti kuku sa hidastiga toskiu nigi haya tasama nigi hagawa tamuat kuku sa umichuni o igo kinutihati kratega gesupay to papawa o wiutsuni o go toskia gani wa hastitani o wiutsit Luego tengo aquí dos titos anitos tan papa nustawi ngawi tan sagawi si kata mangia. Luego tanita onigi pastaho ya nigi matuta tan pa mai tuta tan. Maka puni tamon. Maki aswap ngo tawi wa. Guti tapi saga pacui tua haus chigi aswap ngo. Maya wap ngo si maki muski stago tinta otit ngo. Ya waskit ngo tisagi higot. Igual gustawi no mantu ikso sage hiun itastig ya swap nguyak tapi natayak tapi giwi to tawaya wego taw chigi ki tuo napio ki angos kawi gi postkahi wa wensa ga tawassinigo atsan sa taps kut ki umutay ka nawap buinom putinawin wasche ki muchige tawne ki itastig ki pahimayate kwa emitsone kit we mi wata igi ni petaw negos magi wa hip matset wa gi wanse wa wa himska matra gi miu tago no kio iksa we manto we manto gota hiachim soti wa matmun matra gi gota chawasti se kis nui khat nanto kiti tinigawe ki go espita wims we manto gi sagi Matri ko niyo pics ko nakakuitas ko we kids kagawats nagwasche igo kasage ko ya ko apu mano ko tawin o gagawin na wag ano ay wago man to sage ko ya ko ya gawate ko ya tapigi wi to tawaya ekse nanaskom na en to tawaya hey hope it's been a journey worth exploring and may you discover God in who he is. And you know, like he says there too, like he says, ask of me, ask of the Father. Like when we think about our own parents, when we need something, you know, when we want something, we ask, right? Can I have this? Or, you know, like, and he said same way, ask, and those that ask will receive. So with that, may God bless your journey, and God bless you.